What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel and welcome back to the video. Today I'll be taking a look at the 2025 Formula One driver lineup. I'm going to go through all 10 teams to talk about all 20 drivers that will be competing for the Formula One Championship in 2025. So anyways, let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. The first team we're going to talk about is Red Bull. The two drivers who are driving for Red Bull in 2025 are Max Verstappen will drive the number 1 and Liam Lawson, who was at Visa Cash App Racing Bulls in 2024. He replaces Sergio Perez in the number 30 car in 2025. Max Verstappen, of course, will be the favorite to win the championship this year. Once again, he'll be looking, I believe, win his 5th straight Formula One championship, which, if I'm not mistaken, no one in Formula One history has ever been able to do before. Max Verstappen will have a really good chance and opportunity. This team will also looking to win the Constructors' Championship in 2025 after not even being in position to win it in 2024. Max Verstappen will be looking to be the favorite in 2025. As for Liam Lawson, a really great opportunity for Liam. He has been expected to go to this team. I know some people were talking about Yuki Tsunoda getting the seat over Liam, but Liam Lawson, I think, is a talented race car driver. He's been super competitive in a lot of things he's raced in. I think he does have a chance to score some points. The biggest goal for him is to keep up with Max Verstappen throughout 2025, so we're not in the same position we were with Sergio Perez in 2024, and we'll see what ends up happening there, but Liam Lawson will be teammates with Max Verstappen in 2025. Up next, we're talking about McLaren. There will be no changes in the McLaren team for 2025. Lando Norris will drive the number 4, while Oscar Piastri will drive the number 81 machine. McLaren overall has a really solid program for 2025. Let's begin by talking about Lando Norris. Lando Norris had a breakout season in 2024, I believe scoring 2 or 3 victories, and came very close to winning the championship this year, but unfortunately made a lot of mistakes near the end of the year that cost him the title. But in the second half of the year, Lando Norris was a major championship threat and serious contender, and I expect him to be one of the favorites to win the championship in 2025. Same thing goes for Oscar Piastri. As a sophomore driver in Formula One, he had a really strong second year. He picked up his first couple victories in Formula One competition, and Oscar Piastri will definitely be a major threat, and I think will be really close to Lando Norris in performance this year. This overall could be the strongest team going into 2025, and I think that McLaren is really setting themselves up for a really strong future as both Lando and Oscar look to run really great in 2025. Up next, we're talking about Ferrari. Ferrari has some pretty big changes coming to their lineup for 2025. Charles Leclerc is back in the number 16 car for the 2025 season, but there's a new teammate in the car for Charles Leclerc, and that is going to be Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton, who will be out of the McLaren/Mercedes pipeline for the first time, I believe, since like 2008 or something like that. He joins up with Ferrari for 2025 on a multi-year deal. This has been Lewis's dream to go to Ferrari in his Formula One career. Lewis will be very competitive, and I think he's going to have a resurgence because I think Mercedes wasn't that great near the end of the time he was there, and he was starting to get really good at the end. Ferrari is in a much better position, and I think that Lewis Hamilton could honestly have a major career resurgence and get a lot of wins potentially in 2025. Same thing for Charles Leclerc. I think Leclerc, yes, will be the veteran leader of this team for the guys over there, but I think that Charles Leclerc is going to be super fast and very competitive as well. These two, I expect some really big things. I think Lewis over Ferrari is absolutely huge, and it's pretty cool that both drivers will be at their programs for 2025 at Ferrari. Up next, we're talking about Mercedes. Mercedes will also have some changes for the 2025 season, as Kimi Antonelli, who comes from Formula 2, will go full-time in Formula 1 in 2025, replacing Lewis Hamilton, who is headed to Ferrari. Kimi Antonelli's teammate will also be George Russell, who will drive the number 63. Let's begin by talking about the guy over at the team currently at the moment, and that is George Russell. George Russell, I expect to be very competitive. He'll be looking to get some wins this year. He picked up a win or two in 2024. He'll be looking to pick up more victories and try to make his Formula One career a lot better in 2025. As for Kimi Antonelli, he is going to have a lot of pressure in 2025. Kimi's someone that a lot of people are really, really high on. I did see some potential from him, especially in his Formula 2 days where he's starting to show a lot of improvement there. I think Kimi Antonelli will not be a major threat for the championship as a rookie because generally rookies are not major contenders for championships, but I think there's a good chance he could be the best rookie in the field in 2025. We'll see what Kimi Antonelli can do in that number 12 car with the team as Mercedes looks to continue to get better as a program and organization in the 2025 Formula One season. Up next, we're talking about Aston Martin. Aston Martin remains unchanged for the 2025 season. Fernando Alonso will drive the number 14, while Lance Stroll will drive the number 18. Let's begin by talking about Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso was the better of the two drivers throughout 2025, and I think Fernando is also unfortunately getting close to the end of his Formula One career, as I believe that Fernando is around the age of 42 or 43 years of age. Fernando will be looking to be extremely competitive in the 2025 year, and he's looking to be once again get Aston Martin back to where they were at the start of 2023. We'll see what Fernando can do, and we'll see if he can be competitive. As for Lance Stroll, he's going to struggle, unfortunately, in my opinion. Once again, Lance was not that good last year. I don't think he really scored many points in 2024. He'll be looking to have a little bit of a bounce back year in 2025. We'll see how he ends up doing, and we'll see how both drivers can do at the Aston Martin program in 2025. Up next, we're talking about Alpine. Alpine is changing up their program a little bit for 2025, as Jack Doohan will drive the number 7 for them in 2025, while Pierre Gasly will drive the number 10 machine. Let's go to the established driver, Pierre Gasly. Pierre Gasly had an up-and-down year in 2024. He had some good performances, there's no denying that, but also struggled at times throughout the 2024 season and was also at times getting outperformed by his teammate Esteban Ocon, despite the fact that Gasly was chosen over Ocon. But near the end of the year, Pierre Gasly was actually really quick and showed some really great speed, so I think Gasly will be competitive. Now, the interesting thing about Jack Doohan, he's not fully in this car and is not set for the whole entire season currently at the moment for 2025. He's only got a few races currently set at the moment for the 2025 season, so it's unknown if he'll make it through 2025 yet. But I gotta say, the Alpine lineup does look stout with some of the drivers they have, and I think especially like with the program, they're looking to get a lot better. They're going to be going to Mercedes engines in 2026, going there, which I think will help the program long term, but we'll also see if Jack Doohan sticks around with the team in 2025. Up next, we're talking about Haas F1. Haas F1 has a completely new all-around lineup for the 2025 season. Esteban Ocon, who of course is at Alpine in 2024, will drive the number 31 car in 2025, while the new rookie, Ollie Behrman, will drive the number 87 machine. Let's talk about Esteban Ocon. This is a massive pickup, in my opinion, for Haas. One of the few drivers on the grid who has won a Formula 1 race, won, of course, a Formula 1 race back in 2021, and Esteban Ocon had some pretty good performances with Alpine in 2024. Being the veteran driver at the team will make a lot of sense. I think him having that experience will really help out the teammate and the rookie teammate going into 2025. And then you've got Ollie Behrman. Ollie Behrman is someone who a lot of people are extremely high on. He had some really solid performances with Haas and Ferrari in 2024 and showed a lot of flair throughout the season when he got the opportunity to race in Formula 1 last year. And I think that these two drivers are going to gel exceptionally well in 2025. This team showed a lot of promise near the end of 2024, and I really do think the Haas F1 does have a lot of potential to grow as a program going into 2025. So we'll see how the Haas team can really do in 2025, but I think there's definitely some potential and a lot of promise with this program going into 2025. Up next, we're talking about Visa Cash App Racing Bulls. There are some changes coming to this program for 2025, as rookie Isaac Hadjar, who comes from Formula 2, will be with the team driving a number 6 car, while Yuki Tsunoda is back with Racing Bulls in the number 22 machine. Let's begin by talking about the veteran Yuki Tsunoda. Now, obviously, people, when they see Yuki Tsunoda not being going over to Red Bull, many people in the industry of Formula 1 were definitely a little bit shocked. But we have to remember something really big about Yuki. Yuki has major association with Honda. And remember, the Racing Bull team and Red Bull are going to be switching over to the Ford and Cosworth engines in 2026. That's why Liam Lawson was chosen over Yuki Tsunoda for the seat. Now, Yuki Tsunoda actually did pretty quite well at times in 2024, and I feel like he wasn't fairly treated over this past year at the Racing Bulls program. I think Yuki could be someone that could be a serious threat to get some podiums in 2025. I look for him to show some great stuff with this team in 2025. As for his teammate, Isaac Hadjar. Isaac Hadjar is a little bit of unknown to me going into the year. I'm not quite sure how he's going to do in 2025. I'm not sure if he's going to be super, super competitive. It'd be really cool for him to be competitive because I think it's going to be between him, see how he does compared to how Liam did in this car. I think especially being part of the Red Bull family, it is huge. The Red Bull family is extremely high on Isaac, and let's just say that Liam does struggle. Maybe Isaac will end up in a Red Bull car in 2026, but if Liam doesn't struggle, I think he'll stick around with this team in 2026 as well. Nonetheless, Racing Bulls does have some decent speed for sure going into 2025. Up next, we're talking about Williams. Williams also has some changes going into 2025. Alex Albon is back in the number 23 car for the 2025 season, but Carlos Sainz will be joining the program driving the number 55 machine. All around, this is probably the strongest Williams lineup we have seen in a very, very long time. You have veteran Alex Albon, who is one of the best drivers who doesn't usually contend for wins. He always contends for points, always runs up front a lot more consistently. He outperformed his teammate Logan Sargent throughout 2024. And Alex Albon is someone that if you put him in a top-tier car at the moment, I generally think he could be competitive and have a chance and opportunity to win the championship with whatever program that he decides to work with. As for his teammate Carlos Sainz is going to be someone that I think could really have a strong season with the Williams program. He's going to be that veteran driver they're needing. I think one thing that Williams has been missing is an all-around veteran driver lineup, and you've got the veteran of Carlos Sainz, who is a multi-time Formula One winner, going over to the Williams program in 2025. I really like this Williams program for next year. I think it's one of the most competitive programs we've seen from the Williams group, and I think it's going to be a strong year for Williams Formula One and that lineup in 2025. And finally, let's talk about Sauber Kick Formula One. They've got all-around new lineup for 2025. First, Gabriel Bortoleto will be joining Formula One full-time, driving the number 5, while Nico Hulkenberg leads the Haas F1 program and joins Sauber for 2025, driving the number 27 machine. When I look at the Sauber F1 lineup, I think this may be the weakest lineup of all the teams going into 2025. I think Gabriel Bortoleto has a lot of talent, but I'm a little bit concerned about how I think he's going to do in 2025, especially with the team that's been struggling. Now, he will be mentored by Fernando Alonso throughout 2025, which could really, really help him land a much better ride down the road, or could get replaced if he does end up really, really struggling. As for Nico Hulkenberg, he's someone that I think honestly could actually run really, really well. I just am not exactly sure if he's going to be the guy that can go out there and be super, super fast and get that team up front. That's the thing I want to see, is Nico Hulkenberg being extremely competitive and helping the Sauber program grow. And I'm not quite sure that Sauber's Formula One team is going to be super competitive because of that. I do think Nico has potential, but I'm not sure he's going to be the guy that can really help that team really perform and do exceptional in 2025. So, that is going to be it for the 2025 early look at the Formula One driver lineup. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's get below that and comment your thoughts below on today's episode. Who do you think is going to be the best driver lineup in 2025, and which team do you think will be the strongest in 2025? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tomorrow on the channel, we'll have a NASCAR news video discussing news over the course of the last couple days. Tuesday, I'll probably be doing an early look at the Xfinity lineup maybe, or probably do a team preview on Inspire Motorsports for 2025 potentially. Actually, I did one of those, so probably not. But there might be a team preview dropping on another organization like the Haas Factory team, looking at their Cup and Xfinity and truck lineups as well. And we'll probably have some other content dropping really soon. We'll talk to people like Haley Dean, Connor Zillage, Shane Van Gisbergen, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Sam Mayer, Sheldon Creed, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, also other people like 2011 Front Row, Bubba Wallace, Lawsuits, Tyler Reddick, Brad Keselowski, all the kind of stuff on the channel as we get closer to the start of the NASCAR season. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, everybody.